Hello everyone, today we'll be doing my final self-evaluation. I'll be looking at the 7 questions which were provided in the assignment. Now let's look at the first. Have you made any improvements in your public speaking skills? If so, how did you improve? I personally think I have shown great improvement in my public speaking skills. Before coming into this class, I had a stuttering problem and a breathing problem. I would not be able to find the right place to catch my breath. This resulted in me taking a pause in the awkward part of the speech. Some of the improvements in which I was able to do this was speaking with more emotion and changing my tone. Now, I tend to be monotone, where I was just like very monotone. However, after going through this course, I learned that I could be more emotional in my speech. This was able to help me get through with my breathing problem. Now, let's talk about the second question. Comparing and contrasting my speaking skills from your first speech, comparing the three speech, the informative speech, and the persuasive group speech. After being able to rewatch all three speeches, I was able to see a drastic change from my three speech to my persuasive speech. I was able to have a better organized speech where I did not stutter as much and I did not slur my words. I also noticed a difference in the way I spoke. I spoke much clearer and at a slower rate. In my three speech, I was speaking very fast and I was just running through racing compared to my informative and persuasive speech. When comparing my informative speech, I noticed that I was better at maintaining eye contact with the camera, especially with laptops these days, it's a little different, and having a better angle where I was more direct in front of the camera instead of looking down upon the camera. Finally, also, when looking at my persuasive speech, I noticed a huge change where I was more confident when speaking, and I also was able to use hand gestures and use that to help connect with the audience. Now let's look at number 3. What aspects still need work? Be specific and detailed in my analysis. So personally, when I was analyzing myself, I saw that some parts are where I need to enunciate my words better and I need to clear my words. I tend to mumble and I need to work on not being able to mumble where I need to make sure that I'm not mumbling and my words aren't being slurred. I also think that the use of eye contact is very important and it helps to be able to connect with the audience. So I think that's something I also do need to work on too. Now let's look at number 4. After reviewing your speeches, which speech did you feel about was your best? And which speech do you feel needs improvement? And please explain why. I personally felt my persuasive speech was probably the best. And I believe that you can see the clear difference if you compare them, like I said before, where the confidence is there. Before I was just speeding through and there was no confidence, I was just talking. However, now I have confidence and I also was able to now establish credibility and utilize all the skills that we've learned in our course. I feel like that in my informative speech that it wasn't as good either because there was a lot of glare in my glasses alongside there were other distractions which were causing my presentational skills not to be at the grades that they could be. Now let's look at number 5. Please identify and discuss 3 concepts or skills that you were able to take away from this course and apply them to future presentations in your overall life. Be specific in your explanation using examples and details. Why is it important to be a public speaker? So, for me personally, the 3 takeaways from this course would A, the organizational pattern, B, uh, where like I talk, A, sorry, excuse me, A was the organizational pattern where Monroe's motivated sequence, where I really like how it was broken down into 5 steps, and it was a really good activity to help organize my thoughts, and also had a really good way of being able to make it so that the audience is persuaded in a better way. Another takeaway was credibility. I never realized how important credibility really was until joining this class and how it can help to create a connection. I was finally able to use ethos, pathos, and logos as a skill, and I was able to use this throughout my speeches where I was able to connect with emotion and use logic when using credibility, like we learned in this course. And it also talks about it says please be specific about how this you can apply this to future presentations because in your overall life because when you're speaking to someone you want to make sure that they understand your viewpoint and if you're trying to convince someone or persuade someone You're able to show your credibility behind the topic. If you know what you're talking about and you show the speaker, or not the speaker, excuse me, the audience, that you understand the material, you're educated about it, they will listen to you. And if you are able to show a clear understanding, like a pattern, like, hey, I started with the main point, then this is the problem, this is the solution to the problem, this is the call to action, and this is how you can help. So it all chimes into persuading the audience. Now let's look at, lastly, the second to last is number 6, which is one tip you would give to a future student taking this class. One tip personally I would say is that some people aren't as technologically advanced as some may be. So have the proper equipment, have a proper camera, proper microphone if your laptop does not suffice. And I would also recommend practice using Zoom to record, because many times people don't understand there's so many settings in Zoom that you can change, add backgrounds, overlays, things like that. And finally, posting to YouTube. Posting to YouTube for some people is very difficult. So if you spend time before learning how to do it, it won't be as hard. Now, finally, our last question, where it says, discuss any last thoughts you would like to share about your experience in your course. Examples include lab work, interactions with lab tutors, interactions with my TA, class activities, speeches, and assignments. I personally really enjoyed being part of this course. I was able to have fun at the lab with interacting with different lab tutors and joking around all after we're done with our work. I also loved being able to peer review other students in our class in order to help them to better create better speeches and help their public speaking skills overall. I hope that everyone stays safe this year and is getting fully vaccinated, and I hope everyone stays safe at home again. Thank you.